Hi guys, and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we're looking at the Excavator Armor. So, a lot of different people that I play with that are quite high up there in the levels, as well as people level 30, level 25, whoever, that have come across Minor Miracles before, which is a quest chain that you need to go through to get and build this armor. They don't have it done yet because of the grind involved. They keep putting it off, which is quite understandable, so I thought I'd throw together a video to try and help with that. The first thing we need to do before we start off is we need to understand how to tag resources. If you go to your junk, anything that's in your junk menu here, so I've got some springs, some screws, some gears, anything here, we have the ability to tag it. So every time we come across an item in the game that breaks that down, a little magnifying glass will appear. So at the bottom of the screen there, you'll see there's component view. It was R1 on PlayStation. And if you push that, you can see all the different components that you have currently in your junk. And now, on my X button, or whatever the equivalent is for you, if I push X, it'll put this little magnifying glass beside it, which is tagging it for search. So out in the real world, you'll see this desk fan here, and to the left of desk, or the D, you'll see there's a magnifying glass. That tells me straight away, I should pick up this item, because when I scrap it, it's going to have any of the things I selected. So, starting off, we're going to go to Garahan Mining Headquarters, because this is where Minor Miracles begins. This is where it all happens. If you've already been here and you've already picked up the quest, then you probably don't need to be here. So when you approach the headquarters, you see there's a poster here, and if you click Examine, it starts a mission. It also does warn you that you need to be level 25, and the reason you need to be level 25 is because you can't wear this power armor until you're at least level 25. So with that done, the first thing we're going to need is the chassis. So every power armor is built on top of a chassis. So if you head in to the headquarters that we were just standing outside, Garahan I think, and come downstairs, just follow this path. You would have been down here anyway as part of Minor Miracles, but over here there's a chassis. Now in order to use a chassis, or in order to pick it up, you first need to enter it, in case you didn't know that. It took me a while to figure out when I started the game. So you just need to get into it. It doesn't have a power core yet, a fusion core. So I'm running low on power. It's not going to be too useful to me. But as soon as I'm in it, I can then hold X to exit. And once I do that and I look at the power armor, I'll now be able to collect it and it will go in my inventory. And that means I have the chassis. Woohoo! It all begins with the chassis. I'll also put a link in the top right of the screen to another location you might check out if there's not one here. So let's next look at the build requirements. So what exactly it is that you're going to be collecting, because there's quite a few things needed here. So you can build the power excavator as a level 25, 35 or 45. So early in the game you could build it as a 25, or if you've leveled up quite a bit already, 45 is the maximum. Honestly, I recommend holding off until 45. There's no point in building it twice, or 3 times if you do it again at 35. So for the helmet, we're going to need black titanium, glass, rubber, screws, and steel. Quite a few of each. The higher the level, the more we're going to need, but it's not too much more. For the left arm, again, black titanium, gears, oil, screws, and steel. Like 17 steel there. Left leg, you've got 6 black titanium, 9 oil, 10 screws, 10 springs, and 17 steel. So it starts adding up. You've got 6 black titanium, 10 gears, 9 oil, 10 screws, and steel everywhere. Right leg was 6 black titanium, 9 oil, 10 screws, 10 springs, 17 steel, and so on. And then we need some nuclear components as well for the torso. So what we actually need for a level 25 total would be 36 black titanium, we need 12 glass, 26 rubber, 60 screws, 102 steel, 30 gears, 36 oil, 20 springs, and 6 nuclear material. Sounds like a hell of a shopping list. And again, if you wanted to build at 35 or 45, it is more, but not too much more. So I'm just going with the numbers for the lowest denominator here, 25. And that's what we'll be doing, but you can follow any of these methods anyway, at any point to get any of the other ones as well. In fact, when you're done, you're probably going to have enough for a 45. So let's start off with black titanium. There's 2 ways that I like to do this. first, I like to go to the junkyard, George's junkyard. And I like to put down a resource extractor here and extract it from the ground. So just pop down a resource extractor, power it, head off and do whatever else, and come back later. Now, while it's extracting it, I like to go off and actually get black titanium elsewhere, which I'll show you in a second. And then when I come back, there's some waiting for me here. Unfortunately, what is waiting for you is not exactly black titanium. It's black titanium ore. So we need to convert the ore, I can't think of the right word there, into black titanium. And to do that, we need acid. If you don't have any acid, you can get some up at the workshop here. Hemlock Holes Maintenance. So if you just go there, again, you can put down an acid extractor, power it, and get some acid that way. It's looking great there, powered. And just let it sit there. It's producing like 20 acid an hour or something like that. So just come back and check on it. And when you have your acid and your ore, you can go to a chemistry station, go to smelting, and as you can see, you can break it down. So that helps. But while I'm mining that ore, what I do is I head to Blackwater Mine. There's a lot of these mole miners here, and mole miners have this miner suit scrap as a drop, as well as nuclear waste, and we only need 6 nuclear waste. So you're going to get pretty much all your nuclear waste here anyway. But it's the miner scrap that I'm interested in. So I'm just going to drop a few of them here real quick just to show you. They're all showing as level 40 here because they scale up to my level. If you're lower level and you come here, they should be a lower level to scale up to you, unless you're unfortunate enough to have a higher level player run through here just before you. Then they're obviously going to spawn a little higher. You can quit the game and come back, which will put you into a different server, and should be lower that way, or come with a friend. So he's got some miner suit scrap as well. Now I'm very, very, very interested in miner suit scrap, and here's why. Let's have a look. So here's my junk. There's the breather, the filter, the scrap. So scrap has gears. We need gears. And it has black titanium. Not black titanium ore, but black titanium. So we don't even need to do anything further with that. So when you consider we only need 36 black titanium, that's pretty cool. If you head further into the mine, like this is just the outside of the mine, actually head down inside, there's loads more mole miners to deal with. So you can go in, you can kill them all, pick up everything, don't worry about weight, be over encumbered. Then walk back out and come back over to this power armor station where you can scrap it all. So just scrapping from my quick visit in there, you'll see I got 6 gears, which we need, 6 black titanium, I got rubber, which we need, I got glass, which we need, I got screws, I got oil, and all the weapons I picked up that I don't want, I'm going to get mass amounts of steel from that as well. So if you're short on steel, this is the best way to get steel. Just kind of get rid of it all. But even better, something to watch out for is the uranium fever event that happens at Blackwater Mine. If it's there, join on it. This is very, very, very popular. You're going to find a lot of people running this because this event involves a load of miners. And you're going to have a lot to kill and a lot of loot. A lot of loot. And the reason you'll find a lot of people here as well, even if you're low level, come here anyway. If they're high level in here, you don't need to kill them. If there's other people here, just shoot them once, then shoot the next one once, and the next one once, provided you do any bit of damage. When it dies, you'll be able to loot it. And the reason people come here, I come here all the time, is because during the sequence of this event, you get 3 to 4 legendary 3-star enemies, which drop legendary items and weapons and armor and all that sort of jazz. So that's why people come here. So, I got pretty lucky. I was early in the morning. There's not many people on the server. But if I go in here throughout the day, as soon as uranium fever begins, it tends to fill up. So there's going to be 4, 5, 6 people here, and everyone's shooting everything. Just find something, shoot it, find the next thing, shoot it, find the next thing, shoot it. And when one of these supervisors comes out, the 3-star legendary, just get one shot on it. Just one. And let the higher level players kill it. And typically, well, at least I've been lucky that when I come in here and there's higher level players, we each hit it once. Just so, like, I don't want to come along, or I'll never come along and just kill it on my own. I'll give it a shot, and then when I'm sure everyone has hit it, there he is there. When I'm sure everyone has hit him, then we can finish him, so everyone gets some loot. So that's him just right down there. His health is going to shoot back up again, so I'm just going to keep him under a bit of pressure. And down he goes. Someone behind me will deal with that. And I am picking up everything that everyone drops. And when I say everything, I mean everything. It doesn't matter. I'm going to walk it all outside to the power armor thingy bob, and I'm going to scrap it there, like so. So 1 uranium fever run in, and let's see how we did. Bunch of junk here. We've got minor suit scrap, 24. So that's going to be 24 gears right there. Think about that. 24 gears, titanium. So we've pretty much done black titanium, and we've done gears. So let's boom, gears done. Check. Out of the way. Fantastic. We're getting a lot of stuff here. Just look at this, like glass. There's a lot of glass there as well. It was a good run. And then, on top of everything, we've got all these weapons that we don't need. And again, that's going towards our steel. And that's assuming you don't have a blast of steel already. You should. At this point in the game, well, I remember when I was like level 15 or 16, I was dropping steel all the time. Because all I was ever doing was killing things and picking up their weapons and scrapping it. And anyway, if you don't have it, this is how you get it. So, we're doing pretty well so far with our black titanium and our gears. Next, we're going to do some glass. So, Big Al's tattoo parlor. We're going to head there. And inside here, you're going to find glass bottles everywhere. Now, of course, we did get a fair bit of glass, just looking at that video there in the bottom right. We did get some glass just after doing our Uranium Fever event as well. We got 7 glass from that. The total we need for a level 25 Excavator Power Armor is 12. So just one run of Uranium Fever, we weren't too far off. And of course, additional runs to just kill the mole miners would net us quite a bit as well. Just picking up a few things here and there as I go. Just watching for glass bottles. That's the one I like. That's the one I'm looking for. None in the bin. That's a shame. And when I'm done, I'm going to go through the Nuka-Cola machine and down here. And there's going to be a blast more bottles down here as well that I can take advantage of. And a bunch of other things. I just pick up everything, to be honest. I just pick up and scrap everything. I like to take the whiskeys and stuff for the new players. I leave it at the Overseer camp. Okay, so what do we get from that? 18 glass. I only needed 12. So I'm way over on glass. Next up is rubber. So we need 26 rubber. 26 in total. So we're going to go to Grafton train station. Just up there. And just kind of follow me along. There's the train station to the right. This would be the easiest way I can think of to find rubber really quickly. Because this is all about getting that mission done and getting that suit built really quickly. I'm going to continue running straight here. There's like a church or a chapel or something to my right. Under this tree branch. Then we're going to go in this alleyway here by this police station, it seems. And that poster, that sign there with the little girl on it, that's the school. So I'm going to just jump forward here real quick and go out this corner and to the left. So out the corner to the left, and I'm just going to take this guy down. So the school is now on my right. I'm just going to come around here to the front door. Grab that gunpowder. So this is the school. This is the building that the little girl was on. So in the door, we're going to go right. Down to the end of the hallway and take a left. Just going to make sure there's no more super mutants out to get me. There's not. And this little container here has all of these basketballs, which are a good source of rubber. So pick them all up and then open up those double doors. And inside there, there's more. Perfect. And if we break all those down, we get 81 rubber. Now we needed 26, so we're golden there. Next up is steel. So we're going to go to the Grafton Steel Yard. In case you haven't been taking the method, which is just killing everything and scrapping the guns, which is how you're going to get more steel than you'll ever need, then you can come here and you can set up an extractor and power it and just keep checking back every 15, 30 minutes and pick up steel that way. That works for me. Alright, next is oil. So we've got Wade's Airport there, just north of Charleston Herald. And if you head up there, there's 3 places that you can put down oil extractors. We need a total of 36 oil, and just from running those, again, the uranium fever event, I came out with quite a bit of oil. But you can get them here as well. So you can put down 3 extractors, check back every 15 minutes, and I'd say within 45 minutes you'll have everything you need. For springs, we're going to start off by going to Camp McClintock. It's a good source of springs. Just fast travel in. We're just going to go straight up and into the building, and what we're looking for here is clipboards. I think they're named clipboards, is what I call them anyway. And those have a spring on them. So there's some there in that little box. And there's a few more. The problem is, though, when you come to places like this, like Camp McClintock and whatnot, once you've picked them all up, the game makes you wait, I think, about 24 hours before they respawn for you. Here's another box. So you can't just leave the server and come back in a different server and pick them all up again. I've tried that. The game is wise to our approach. So we're going to pick all of those up. And then we can also go over here, just north of that big satellite to the right. So there's the national radio, and over here is Sugar Grove. So we're going to go to Sugar Grove. And if you go all the way through Sugar Grove right to the end, you end up in this room. This is the last room, and there's loads of clipboards all over this room. There's some other things as well that may or may not interest you. There's a lot of pencils. Pencils are very, very light, but they carry lead. Telephones for circuits, I quite like those. But I like the lead. You make bullets from that. Lots of bullets. So yeah, we're looking for clipboards in here. And I just grab anything else that I think is useful as I find it. So another telephone, because I need circuits. I use circuits to make turns for my camp. What's over here? Another telephone. It's another clipboard. If you're ever interested in what the cigarettes are, they're typically plastic if you need plastic. Up here there's nothing. Let's go down to the next level. Another telephone. There's a clipboard there. A pencil and a clipboard. And a clipboard. But over here is the jackpot on this shelf. You see, it's just stacked with clipboards on the top shelf, and here there's 3 clipboards and a bunch of pencils again. Good lead out of that, I should say. So grab all of those as well, and that should satisfy the requirement here. What did we need? Springs 20. Yeah, that will definitely satisfy the requirement. Now, while we're in here, if we just back up a bit. So this was the last room of Sugar Grove, but we're going to kind of switch up a bit now and go into one of the first rooms. So screws. So if we look here, a few things you pick up. In around the first room, you'll see portable fuel tanks and fans, and these have screws. By the way, if you want some more portable fuel tanks, I just realized, and I've just thrown this in, back to where we got the glass, Big Al's tattoo parlor. You just follow my path here, and if you've completed if you've completed the quest in Big Al's tattoo parlor, this door you should have opened. So you can just open it up here, and every 24 hours or so, the contents respawn. So in here, you have more portable fuel tanks. And again, these have screws. Also nuclear waste, because we do need 6 nuclear material in total. Now, grabbing these and combining them with what I already got from Uranium Fever, we already have it. But anyway, these office desk fans, let's have a look at those. Desk fans have screws, and office desk fans have screws. So for screws, you want to be picking those up. And again, you know how to set, you know how to tag an item. So as you have been picking things up, and as we hit the requirements, like when we hit the requirements for gear, from gears, from Uranium Fever, you want to go back in and remove that from search. So then, and again, again, when we were looking at springs, you see when I go to clipboards now, the magnifying glass is still there. Realistically, I should remove it. So at this point, all we're really looking for is screws. So every time I come across a piece of junk or something out in the world that has a screw in it, I'll know instantly to pick it up. But anyway, yes, so you're going after fans, you're going after all sorts of stuff like that. This is a great, great place to farm screws. You also get screws, as we've seen from Uranium Fever and other events like that. And to get the rest of them, you're just going to have to kind of run in and around and through buildings and look for look for office desk fans and stuff like that. Just make sure that the screws is tagged, as I showed you at the start of the video, and you'll be good to go. I'm taking the clipboard still. I'm just really bad like that. I just collect. And then in those conference rooms that were straight ahead, there's 2 antique globes. So grab those as well, because these antique globes, as you see, have the magnifying glass, because they also contain screws. Yeah, there you go. So to screw in that as well. Now, another way, and this is a fun way to get things, although you might feel bad about this, I'm chasing this wanted guy. When I see someone who's wanted and they're in around searching buildings, then I figure that they've got some junk on them. Now, this guy, he's a level 19, so I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, I'm on the hunt for gears and screws and springs. So I'm going to do this as quickly as I can without taking damage. He hasn't spotted me yet. I've been meticulous in my approach. I have this approach because typically when someone's wanted, I find they're always level 150, 160, and I have about a 50-50 chance. So I go into these battles with no junk, just to be sure. So what's he got for us? Bone shards, circuits, concrete scrap, fiber optics, glass, gold, lead, loose gears, 27, screws, 4, springs, 21. You see, and loose spring, 21. Oh, wow. See, this was the mother lode right there. Just because I spotted that someone had wanted, which means I could open up against them, and was searching a building. So he's taken some of the work out of it for me. And I know the feeling that he's going through because people have done that to me in the past. But look, it's the wasteland, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. Nuclear material. You should have it by now. You should have it. But if not, and you need to mine some, you can get it here. So again, you need to put down a resource extractor, and you need to power it. Just going to find the right generator that will power it. And this thing will chug away for quite a while, but like the black titanium resource extractor, this extractor will extract ore. So it won't extract nuclear material, it will extract ore. And that means we need to break down the ore. So the same as last time, we're going to need acid. So I've set up that extractor there. We'll give it a while to kind of tick over and deliver our goods to us. Move in for a look. Oh, we got 2. Oh, hang on, there was one more. 3. And I already have some in my inventory. I think I need 5. 5 plus acid equals 2 nuclear material, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look in the chemistry bench here. Nuclear waste was 5 and 5. 5 acid, 5 uranium ore will get us 2 nuclear waste. So between that and all the scrapping of other things I've been doing and everything I got in Uranium Fever and Big Al's tattoo parlor, I more than have enough nuclear material. So that's not so bad in terms of a grind when you think about it. It's not too bad when you approach it that way. And now we move to the build phase. So I'm going to build at level 45. You'll build to whatever level you want. Again, I highly recommend you wait until level 45 so you don't have to do this twice. But it's such an easy run. As you've seen, go and set up extractors or resource extractors in certain areas and then go to other areas. You know, if you've got a resource extractor going for steel, head in through office buildings or whatnot. Go to Charleston, go to Blackwater Mine, go anywhere like that and just continue along. Don't wait for the resource extractors to give it to you or you'll be waiting quite a while. You can also make use of junk extractors as well. I should mention that. In places like George's Junkyard, you can use the junk extractors and those can at times deliver you screws, springs and gears and as well as other stuff, oil and plastics and whatnot. So they're certainly worth a look as well. This is typically what I do. And here's the end result. To the right, there is your Excavator Power Armor in all its glory. And to its left is a different skin, a different variant. Up in the top right hand side of the screen if you're interested in that. Anyway, hopefully you found this video some bit useful to you. If you like the video, please do hit that like button and like the video. If you're not already subscribed, consider a subscription. And until next time, take it easy. All the best.